What's up, world? Welcome to the episode 2 of the KDK podcast. I'm your host, Cooley.
Yo, it's Dala.
What's up, everyone? It's Kong here.
All right, so let's jump right into it. So I woke up this morning to a post on my wall from my cousin. And what he posted was a video of this, I think it's a little kid. So it's this little kid who was wrestling this toy wrestler, right? And if you don't know what the toy wrestler is, it's a toy where you can wrestle. If you punch into the nose, it'll make noises like, ah, my nose. Or if you pull its arm, it'll be like, ow, my arm. Or if you punch it, it'll be, oh, you got me. So it'll just make those type of noises. It's about like this tall, I think. So if you're a little kid and you wrestle it, it's about a decent size. And on the video, he posted, oh, our ghost toy is back, LOL. And I had some friends that were commenting, and they were like, what are you guys talking about? So I thought, hey, why not talk about it here on this podcast? So I already explained what the toy is and what it does. So at the time, we were little kids, right? And the toy just recently came out, and he wanted the toy. So he asked his mom to go buy the toy for him. So his mom took us to Toys R Us to go buy the toy. We got it, came back home, was playing with it. It was fun. There was nothing wrong with it. And then, I don't remember too clearly, but I remember it was nighttime. We went to sleep, right? So we threw the toy in the closet where all the other toys were. And while we were sleeping, we started hearing the toy making the noise. It happens about every 30 seconds to a minute or so. And we were thinking to ourselves, like, wait, what? The hell? Ain't nobody's wrestling with the toy. And I thought, like, even if it was with the other toys, there was no toys heavy enough to, like, push it to activate the noise. Mm-hmm. And if it was heavy enough to activate the noise, it would have happened already, because it was already in the closet for a while. So we were like, what the hell? We tried to ignore it, but every 30 seconds or to a minute, it'll make a noise. And we got a little bit freaked out. So my cousin got scared and got annoyed. And he went to the closet to grab the toy, right? And on the back, you could open the back where the batteries were. So he popped open the back of the wrestling toy. And it's a Sting toy, too, the wrestler. So he popped open the back of the toy. And he took out the batteries. And he took out the battery. He threw it all over the room.
All 6 of them.
So he threw it away, and then like the toy stopped making noises. So he threw it in the middle of the room. All right, cool, we could go to sleep now finally. So we went to sleep. Everything was all good, and then the sound came on again. So it started making the noises again. So it was like, oh, my arm, oh, you got me. It was saying all those stuff, and then this time it was saying it even more and more. So we were just like, what the fuck? And we were looking at the toy too. While we were sleeping, we were looking at the toy, and it just kept making the noises. The battery's out. You could clearly see the battery everywhere. And we were like, what? So we got really, really, really scared. And so then my cousin, he got so scared to the point where he went up to the toy, started punching it. He was like, shut up. He started punching it. He got really, really scared. And then we ran over to his mom's room, and we were telling them what happened. So the very next day, we returned that toy. Ever since then, I stopped messing with toys where you'll punch it and then it'll make noises. And every time I do see that toy, I'd be kind of nervous and scared. So I'd stay away from the toy. Yeah. That toy is like the Annabelle to me. Like, all right, no, I'm not going close to that toy. No matter what, I'm not going close to those type of toys. So that being said, do you guys have any ghost experiences at all?
Dude, that toy though is crazy because I used to have one, and I had the Goldberg edition. So these are WWE, WWF wrestlers made into little toys, They were pretty cool though, because when you wrestled them, they legit responded to everything you did. So if you threw them on the ground, they'd be like, "Oh!" If you held their arm, they'd be like, "Ow, my arm!" And then even when you pinned them, the referee starts counting 1, 2, and then if you like twitch them, like they kicked out of it, then it'll be like, "Oh, they kicked out of the pin," so it restarts the pin. So that was a pretty cool toy, but that's a pretty crazy experience to have the toy be making noises while not doing anything. But for me, it was a fun toy. Unfortunately for me, the battery died, so I didn't get to play with it anymore.
So that's the story me and my cousin had, but it was scary, man. I think that was like the first time I experienced something scary with a toy where we didn't understand what was going on. And then that was the story. That's why every time we share videos of like little wrestling toys that makes noises, or just a wrestling toy that people wrestle, that brings me back to that time when we experienced that.
Toy Story Wrestling Edition. Toy
Shoot,
Story, man. You know,
even watching Toy Stories, I watched like, oh
Toy
shoot.
Story be real, right? No, but I never really experienced much ghosts or like supernatural experience like that before. But I'm like one of those guys who's like, you can experience it and tell me, because I love ghost stories, right? So, but there's like, I don't really experience much, but there's like this one time where I experienced something that it's kind of like, oh, it's a ghost maybe. And it's like, it was at our old house, which is like 5 blocks down that way. Remember that house?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, where my sister supposedly swears there's a cat in the basement all the time. But like, what my experience was that it was like a weekend, I was like 12, so I was like taking a day nap, and I woke up, the sun was like slowly starting to set and all that. And when my room, you guys remember upstairs, right? There's a hallway.
Yeah.
At that time, my room was the first room to the right. It's a hallway, so I took a nap, my door's open, and I can see the doorway to the room across from my room. At that time, it was Koo's room. And so I was taking a nap, I woke up, I remember it was like, the sun was like starting to set. My door's open, I see Koo's room, whose door is also open. And then I was like tired, and then I saw like a white thing that quickly floated into Koo's room.
What?
Maybe it was an orb, I don't know. But
My friend Casper the Friendly Ghost.
so my explanation was, hey, maybe somebody was doing laundry and threw in the hallway and threw like a white t-shirt.
Or make up every excuse.
So I'm like, all right. Went back to sleep, woke up, and I thought what was that thing I saw? So I'm like, maybe Koo was doing laundry in the hallway and quickly threw a white t-shirt in his room like that. But then like, when I woke up, I swear I didn't wake up like too long after when I like saw that, because the sun was still setting. So when I woke up, the sun was still setting. So I like went around the house, and I realized it was me and my dad home. So I'm like, damn, nobody's home. So I'm like, maybe I did see a ghost that time. Yeah. But the thing about it, that house, it was really questionable, right? Like I remember before our parents bought the house and like we moved in. You know how it is when you're a kid with Asian parents, they take you everywhere, right? So I was stuck with them that day, and I don't know how I remember this, but I still remember this. So I was with my mom and my dad, and it was before we lived in the house, and like I went with them, and they knocked on the door out of the house, and their kids were home, but the parents weren't home. And then my dad was like, hey, we're thinking about buying this house. Is it okay if we look around? And the kids like, okay, whatever, come in, see them fucking playing PlayStation and shit. And then literally, like, all right, y'all just like me. And then we looked around, and I remember, you guys remember the stairway up, it kind of curls around?
Yeah.
I remember there was white strings tied around there.
What
and then there were like shaman paper of cut out of shapes of humans lined up around there. And when it's like stuff like shaman paper cut up in like people is no joke. So I'm like, because ever since I experienced that, I'm like, damn, why did I see that? And that was like the first experience I thought of, like, hey, when we came and visited this house before living there, I did see like a bunch of like shaman stuff being hung around, you know. So it was kind of like questionable. And there's also this one time in that same room, I would hear like footsteps upstairs in the attic. In our attic, the attic was like small, like you can't even stand in there. So it was like a storage area, and I would hear like footsteps across the ceiling and all that. I'm like, what the heck, you know, like what was that? So, but that was my experience. But at the end of the day, I think the house is still kind of questionable.
Dang, that's pretty trippy. And you were how old?
Like 12.
Like 12? Yeah, you wouldn't even know. I'd probably be thinking the same thing. Like, oh, like, probably threw something across the room or just a little
trying
flash
to like
of
make
light.
up excuses. So oh, it's not a ghost. Something.
Yeah,
just
but again,
happened.
like I'm not the only one who was tripping though. Like,
Yeah.
Me and Kus, our older sister Anna,
Yeah.
she was swearing, like, "There's a cat in the basement, man. This cat."
But there was a cat in the basement though.
Yeah, they saw it, man. They did find a cat.
There was
in
one
there.
story
That's
where
crazy.
my friend came over to hang out, and then for some reason he came up to me. He was like, "Yo, there's a cat in your basement." I was like, "You lying? There's no cat in the basement." He's like, "There is." We went to the basement. We saw a cat in the basement.
Was it a black cat?
No, I think it was like an orange cat, and then we
Oh.
caught the cat, and then we just like put it back outside. But it was like, yo, so all these times there was a cat in the basement. So I think it was just that time there was a cat. I'm not sure about the other time.
See, the thing about that house is this is weird because there's always cats around the house. At nighttime, you'll hear cats talking loudly to each other. It'll be like, meow,
Yo, for real.
meow. Like at night, like you're sleeping in your room, you hear this shit outside your fucking window, like meow. Like what the fuck? I never hear a
Yo.
cat like this. And ever since we moved back to here, never heard a cat like that ever again.
Cats do be sounding weird, man. My sister has a cat. They be sounding like
I still
Something
heard
else.
cats. Bro, one time, this house, right, I was sleeping in my room. I just heard something go, and then it's like right outside my window. I'm like, what the fuck? I was like, oh shit, someone robbing us? But I was thinking like, who the hell gonna rob us and be like, so I was like, fuck, is that a ghost? I got scared. I was like, oh shoot. And then like, boom, something made a loud noise right outside my window too. And then I checked outside. I was like, it was dark. I couldn't even see.
Wait,
anything.
this house?
Yeah. So I was, what the hell? And I thought, I remember back in our old house, what you were talking about, where like in the alley, we used to hear cats talk to each other. They'll just sit next to each other and be like, like holy
dude.
shoot. Because I thought it was the girls, the little boy.
yeah,
Like, but I thought that, oh, probably just cats, because a lot of cats come around here still too.
yeah.
Or maybe I'm just making an excuse so I don't get scared. But
Yeah.
to me, I felt like, all right, this is a cat, so I kind of got over it. I was pretty scared too, though.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
crazy.
Speaking about that, yeah.
Yeah, but about the house still, one last thing about it. Every now and then I still have nightmares about the house.
Like, what kind of nightmares?
Like, the most recent one I remember was probably like a year or two ago. It was that I was in the house and it was dark, no lights at all. It is nighttime outside. And there was a possessed person in the house with me. Like,
Dang.
it was me and that fucking possessed person.
Was it a
dark?
girl, boy?
I think it was like one of our family members, but I don't remember exactly anymore. But I just remember like every now and then I'll dream like weird shit like that about the
Damn,
house.
what
Like
the
what
heck?
the
I
fuck?
used to have dreams about the house too, like in my room. You know how like atop of the wall ish, there was like a drawer you could
Yup.
open.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time I dreamed, I always felt like it was a body up there watching me.
What the heck?
So I was like, in my dream, I'd always like open the door and open the drawer, and I'd close it. But I felt like there was always something up there watching me, or just like
Dang.
chilling there, like
Yeah.
in the cuddle position. I'm like, what
that
the
house
hell?
questionable, man.
But then I don't know. I feel like my room was always the room that was haunted. Like, I always felt like there was this presence
Yeah.
in my room that it felt uncomfortable. Every time I go to someone else's room, I was like, all right. And then when I went to my room, I was like, in my head, I felt, wait, something feels weird. You know, something feels off about this room.
Mm-hmm.
But even in my dreams, like when I walk around the other rooms, everything felt normal. But when I came back to my room, it felt like somebody was there watching me.
Mm.
But yeah, that's, I guess, I don't know. We don't live there no more, so I don't care no more.
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, for me, I haven't had any actual like ghost experiences like that. But for sure, I've had sleep paralysis, and I'm assuming y'all have had that.
Yeah,
a lot of people watching probably has had experienced sleep paralysis. If you haven't, man, you're lucky because it's a pretty crazy experience. For me, my room was in the basement. I taking a nap during the day, randomly, and in my dream, I'm laying in bed looking at the ceiling. And then all of a sudden I hear like a choir singing in the background, like
Damn.
Like church choir?
Yeah, like a church choir. But they're doing this. They're going like like that. Yeah. So I was like, I was like, what the heck is going on? And then all of a sudden, I felt my body levitate off my bed.
Damn.
Boom! I levitated off my bed. And then I started floating away from my bed. So, like my bed's not under me anymore. I started floating away from my bed. And I still kept hearing that choir sound in the background, super loud, like, oh, while I'm floating away. And I was like,
I don't know why, but that sounds kind of funny.
Yo, it was
The chosen one.
And I was floating away, and then boom, all of a sudden I woke up, boom. And I ran out of my room right away. Like, I didn't think, I just, boom, ran out of my room. And my cousin was in the basement area, just playing games, and I literally just stood by him for like 10 seconds. What the heck just happened, bro? I was scared, man. That was probably one of my more scarier.
Wait, was that the house? That's the house in BP, right?
Yeah, that's the house in
Where our
Brooklyn.
cousin used to live in? Or was that the house on Unity?
Unity.
Oh,
Unity.
okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I just saw my cousin. I stood by him for like 10 seconds just to kind of collect myself and see what the heck just happened, and then. Of course, I experienced sleep paralysis, and I was like, all right, calm down, be cool. I just went back to my room and chilled. It was nothing, but that was scary. I was like, what the heck?
That's pretty creepy.
Yeah,
It sounded pretty funny, too.
Yeah.
Honestly, I heard,
yeah. But it wasn't like
Jesus.
funny choir. It was like scary
like,
choir, you know?
Like the nun, like,
yeah, like that type of scary choir, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
that's pretty creepy, bro.
I had some scary ones, too. I had two really, really scary ones.
Yeah.
So at my room at this time, it was a small room, right? Which was actually the room downstairs. The very small room where it was so small, like, to where if you get up, you could walk 1 or 2 feet and you'll reach the closet. And the closet room is really big. That's where we store a lot of our random stuff. But the room itself is really, really small. At the time, I was sleeping, and I got sat on. So I got sat on. Right when I got sat on, I heard the closet door creaking open. And I heard like it was like an old man kind of giggling.
Yeah, what
The old guy's like, and
oh,
and
shit.
yeah. And then he was
You
speaking
know,
Hmong.
and Hmong was like, I see
So he
you
was
there.
like, I see you there, laughing. So he kept laughing, and then, but the door kept creeping open, and I was trying to move. I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell?
Damn.
So I was so scared, and he kept just kind of giggling, and I could hear the voice from the closet. So from what I'm sleeping, the closet is pretty much where my feet is, just like a few feet away from my feet. And I could hear it giggling, and I could hear the door open.
Yeah.
So I was like trying my hardest to fight it off. And boom! When I finally fought it off, I was yelling at the closet. I was like, "This is not your house." I don't know. For some reason, I felt like if you yell at them, they'll like run away. I think someone told me that, or maybe I just heard that from somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, this is not your house. This is my house. But I was like, "Yo, what if it was like, no, it's my house," you know? But I was yelling at it, and then like, I kind of came to my senses. All right, what the hell just happened? So I just chilled there for a little bit, and I was all right. I'm gonna just go back to sleep. So I just went back to sleep. But there was this other time, the same room, all right? I was sleeping, and remind you, my room is really small. So I was sleeping, and someone opened my door. So I could hear my bedroom door open. And I thought at the time it was like my mom trying to open the door just to like see what I was doing. Or like maybe just come into my room randomly. Sometimes my parents come to my room randomly. But the door opened. I heard the door open. And then I heard someone walking towards my bed, right? And then whatever it was, it sat on my bed. So when it sat on my bed, you know, you sit on the bed, it goes down.
Yeah.
And my bed is a twin bed, so it's really small. So when they sat on my bed, my left leg sank with it too. So right when my legs sank with it, I kind of like opened my eyes because I was like, what the hell? Like, who is it like coming to my room just sitting in my bed in the middle of the night?
Right.
Boom, right when I opened my eye, I got sat on.
Dang.
So I got sat on like, because you know when you get sat on, you could like still kind of look down.
Yeah.
I looked down, there was nobody there. And I was
Dang.
like, holy shit. So in my head, I'm thinking, damn, I got sat on. Who the fuck is this guy? I was scared. I was like fighting. In my head, I was fighting. I was so scared because I could still feel the pressure sitting down. But then, actually, when I got sat on, the pressure moved towards my chest. So I got sat on. I couldn't move. I was fighting. I was scared. And I kind of thought to myself, wait, maybe I should calm down a little bit. I calmed down a little bit. And then it came off me. And I woke up and I started yelling like how I used to yell.
Yeah.
And I thought about it again. I was thinking, wait, am I tripping? Was this for real? But it was really for real because I felt my feet sink in when it sat on my bed. And then because that's what actually like woke me up. And then after that, I kind of thought about it like, all right, maybe I should just go lay back down. But I laid back down on my side instead, so I don't get sat on. Yeah, but that was another scary experience that I went through with that.
Okay. How about you? Any sleep paralysis or macho?
Yeah,
You know?
I have two that I can tell about, but I'm those people who I don't think sleep paralysis has to do anything with ghosts. I think it's just a dream.
Just half
Our body's
asleep, half awake.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's why I think. Thankfully, I've never had sleep paralysis where I hear stuff like how you guys hear.
Dang.
It's always just like stuff I see while I'm in like sleep paralysis. One of them was it started from a dream. So I had a dream where I was in like this in this farmers market, but it's not like a modern farmers market. It's more like a, you know, those old school Korean movie market type with like back in the kingdom days. Yeah. so it's like that type of feel. So I had a dream like that. I was in an old school farmers market, and then I laid my eyes across this Asian girl. You know how Korean
it's a
movies
real
are?
love movie,
Boom! Like this girl, boom, got your tunnel vision. Boom! Right then and there. And then boom, right after I woke up. But I was in sleep paralysis. But then when I was in sleep paralysis, I looked down like this, right? And I saw like somebody's arms wrapped around me.
Dang.
Yeah, but it looked like
girl.
it was like a girl in like monk clothes. This is like some monk
Holy
clothes
shit.
type shit.
Yeah.
So I like in sleep paralysis. I look down, boom. It's like I'm sleeping on her. Her arms are around me like that, like covered.
Oh.
So I'm like, so hell. But I just went back to sleep. But I woke up like, oh, that was a weird dream. Like, I didn't think like it was a ghost or something. But I'm like, just to be safe, I'm gonna just tell my mom. And then you know how one parent started like, oh, it's nothing. Then you low key see them doing like some shaman shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what happened.
Yeah.
That's what happened with that one. The second one I say is like the most scary one, but again, like I don't think it's anything about ghosts. I think it's just sleep paralysis, you know. So the second one, usually like I have a habit of like watching like videos to go to sleep. So usually I watch like YouTube on my phone and I set it down by the end of my bed, at the edge of my bed, because my bed's like at the corner by the wall. So I like watch videos on my phone and I place it on the edge of my bed. So the phone's on my bed and it's shining up, right? So I woke up this one night and I was in sleep paralysis. And then to my left was the edge of my phone, edge of my bed, and where the phone was at, laying flat down, facing up, shining up, because video's still playing. But then on top of that video, I see a face of a clown.
The fuck?
Yeah, so like this phone light is shining above this clown.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's staring at me, smiling.
Dang.
But I'm like, what the fuck? but yeah, I went back to sleep and I woke up the next day, thought about it. I'm like, it's just a dream, That I don't know. That's just it. Those are like the weirdest sleep paralysis I had. But like, I just thank God I don't hear anything, because most of the time when I'm in sleep paralysis and I'm scared, I'll just close my eyes and thank God I don't hear anything at all.
Yeah, for me, a lot of times I get the pressure more than actually seeing something. So that was just like one of the rare times I actually saw something. And
Like you felt something.
yeah, you know how you feel the pressure of being slept on, right?
Yeah.
I get that more with like nothing happening versus
You
like
don't ever
seeing
see like
something.
ghosts. Do you ever wish you could see a ghost?
No, that'd be crazy.
Yo,
yeah.
I think I saw one because like I was like hoping I would see one.
Yeah,
It was scary, man.
yeah,
I think yeah, but if you guys want me to talk,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Come on,
So,
man.
it just happened. I think last year. I think yeah. So one time, for some reason, since I never like really seen a ghost, I kept telling myself like, damn, it'd be kind of crazy to see a ghost. For some reason, I want to see one just for
Yeah,
myself
Yeah.
because of all these stories we always hear. And then I guess I kept like talking about. I kept telling people like, yo, I kind of want to just low key see a ghost
Mm-hmm.
just to see one. And what do you know? One day I was downstairs by myself in the living room, and I think I was playing games in the living room, and Kong and my other brother was upstairs. So I was playing video games, and the hallways to our right side. So if you're playing video games, if you're at corners to the right, your eye, you can see anyone who comes out that hallway, right?
Mhm.
And the hallway's dark. Only the living room light is on. I was playing games. I saw this person come out of the darkness from the hallway, and I looked right at it. It looked right at me. It turned back and went to the back into the hallway.
Dang.
And then if you keep going to the hallway, it goes into my room. So I looked at it. It looked at me, and then it turned back and walked into the hallway. I knew what I saw was real because when he walked out of the hallway, the reflection of the light reflected off him, and you could clearly see.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought, what? It's just me in here, and this person I saw, I don't recognize this person.
Yeah.
And I got scared, so I went upstairs. I went upstairs and I told my brother, yo, I think someone's in our house. They're like, what? They would go grab a knife. Colin would go grab like a chair.
Oh, man.
And I was like, wait. I think it's a ghost, though. I told him that.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a ghost. I know it's a ghost because I don't know, that feeling you get. It's a ghost for sure. They're like, what? No, let's go downstairs. They all went downstairs. They're like one person was holding a knife, one person was holding a fucking chair like it was WWE. We went into my room, and then we checked everything. We couldn't find anything, so then we messaged one of our good friends, who's a shaman, and we were asking her, yo, is this dude just tripping or is this really a ghost? And she was like, yeah, it's possible that it's a spirit. So what you want to do is I forgot what it was, but light a candle or something.
Light incense
and put it in my room. And that's what we did. I just never seen or experienced anything other than that ever since.
Alright, but let me tell y'all, my brother's side, my other brother, of this dude's story, right? So me and my older brother, we were chilling upstairs, and the next thing you know, who comes upstairs? Kind of looks at us, kind of weird. We look at him back. This dude, for some reason, pale as hell. like this dude, so white, pale. Like, what's up, dude? You good? Like, why you look so weird? And he's like, I think I saw a ghost. I'm like, motherfucker, we live in this house our whole life. It ain't haunted, that's for sure. Like, you sure ain't nobody breaking? I saw a ghost. I'm like, I believe you because you pale as fuck right now. So I'm like, I grab a chair because, we live in the hood. So, like, man, somebody might have broke in. I grab a chair.
Stupid.
Grab a knife. And the cool's all like, man, it's a ghost, dude. And I'm like, man, you never know. Boom, man. Looked around, saw
Ghost
nobody.
can get it too.
Saw nobody. So yeah, we messaged our friend who's a shaman, like, yeah, light an incense and just say it in Hmong, like, this is our house, you're not welcome here, leave and all that. So Cool was doing that while I was recording him. I think I still got a video of that. I still got a video of that on my phone.
Dang.
Yeah, but yeah, that's the story. That's pretty crazy, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. I never see my dude
Ever
pale as
since then-
hell,
ever since
man.
then, I never tell myself like, damn, I want to see a ghost. I think like if you give that energy, then it's gonna come to you.
Right,
You know?
right.
Yeah.
Is there anything when you're sleeping that just keeps you awake that you kind of keeps you scared kind of randomly, like you just boom think about it and all of a sudden you just can't sleep anymore? Is there anything like that that happens to you guys or that keeps you guys awake?
Yeah, to me, the scary part is just opening your eyes and seeing like a scary face. And I always think about like The Grudge. For some reason, The Grudge always comes to my mind.
Yeah.
I never really think about anything else. I never actually think even about like a male ghost. I always think about The Grudge.
Yeah.
For some reason, if I open my eyes, The Grudge is gonna come out. Or if I sleep on the sides, looking at because if I turn to the sides, I can see my closet.
Yeah, yeah.
I always think something's gonna come crawling out of the closet, and it's always a female for some reason for me. Maybe because I'm scared of that. I never really. I don't know. For some reason, it's odd. It's just always what I'm envisioning in my head.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I could be laying in bed chilling. Also, boom, The Grudge's face will pop in my mind. And I'm like, shit, now I can't sleep, man. It's either always The Grudge's bloody ass face or it's The Exorcist. And y'all know how crazy The Exorcist face look. And they used to do like those pop-up videos with The Exorcist. So those are the two things that will randomly pop up in my head at night. And all of a sudden, I just can't sleep anymore. And I'll have to try to think of a bunch of other things. Yeah. Kong, you?
The times that I do think about or like am pretty scared at night is I'll just be scared that I see like the image of The Grudge or The Ring in my closet, because where my bed is set, I'm facing my closet and most of the time it's open. So when I go to sleep, you know, there's like those saying like, oh, they lie in the most darkest place. So it's like, it's like, damn, my closet's the most darkest place. I'm like, it's pitch dark, and then, you know, the light from outside, whether it's the lamp light during the nighttime, shines in. So it's like, you see your room a bit, but like the closet's the only spot that's the pure darkest, right?
Yeah.
But then I don't really stay awake at night because of that. And another thing that can like make me kind of feel scared at night is I don't know, man. This like this idea and concept that I stumbled across on social media, like mirrors. You know, if you sleep with the mirror facing you, it's a portal to the spirit realm, so you can't go sleep well. Like, so that's like kind of been stuck in my head for a bit. Not anymore, but for a bit.
I can't look at the mirror.
And in my room, there's a mirror facing me too. So I'm like, damn, man, am I supposed to like turn that mirror away now? Am I supposed to cover that mirror? Because, you know, all this social media posts, you're supposed to cover it and all that. I'm like, man, I don't believe that shit, man. Come on. But like, I'm just paranoid about stuff like that. Like,
have you guys experienced moments where you thought it might be a ghost experience, but it's actually not?
I don't think. I don't think I have any.
All right. So one time I was sleeping in my bed, and for some reason I felt there was something that kept walking across my room or my wall. And I opened my eyes, and then I saw this white figure fly across the wall. I was like, oh, shit. I got scared. So I was scared. I was like, that's weird. Why is this? You could clearly see a white figure fly across the wall. I was like, oh, shit. And then maybe like a minute later, you could see it fly again. I was like, oh, fuck. I saw a ghost. And then I kept kind of calculating, damn, when is it gonna fly again? Because, you know, I heard a car come. That's all. I was like, oh shit, it's the light from the cars from outside. Oh, fuck, I'm tripping. I was thinking, damn, I got scared for no reason. And it made me kind of think about all the ghost experience I experienced in the past. Like, damn, what if all those were just some dumb shit that happened and I thought it was a ghost?
Right.
I had an experience like that once at that house. The suspicious house, 5 blocks from here, where I saw that white orb or whatever. So this was pre-cell phone days, when the internet, you gotta fight for the computer with your siblings to use the internet, right? That one computer in your house. So you know, that time it was during like late night time, and I was using the computer in our living room. And, you know, those times you were young, so your parents catch you, man, you getting your ass beat. Man, why you staying so late, right? Yeah. So Alright, so I'm on the computer in the living room. I turn off all the lights, so the only lights is the light from the monitor. So I'm like, alright, hell yeah, playing RuneScape and shit, trying to level up, and then I look behind me, boom, behind me is a couch. So I'm like, I see someone sitting on the couch.
What the fuck?
I'm like, what the hell? At this time, when I used the computer, I didn't need my glasses yet because I can see better, so I didn't have like glasses on. So I'm like, what the hell is that? I look back, like maybe I seen stuff.
Yeah.
Boom, there's somebody still sitting on the couch behind me. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, man, I'm gonna face this shit. I turn around, I walk towards it. Boom, just a fucking pile of clothes on the couch. I'm like, oh shit, because like I already know like this house is kind of a little suspicious, So like,
You're talking about like where the computer was at when you turned around, you could see the stairs.
Yep. So remember that one time our computer was in the living room, and then when you turn around from the computer, it's
actually
like a
had
fireplace.
a scary experience with that too.
Oh yeah,
Because I stayed up late too playing video games, and then I heard something. It was speed walking, I guess. Speed walking down the stairs, and it came right at me. So you could hear dun, 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 dun. You could feel the vibration too.
Yeah.
Damn.
So right when it came behind my chair, I turned back. I didn't see nobody. And I thought, no, fuck this. I turned everything off and went straight to sleep. I said, fuck it, because I guess it's different when you hear a noise and then you feel it moving.
Right.
So if I were to hear just the noise, I wouldn't be too scared. But I felt the vibration of it moving.
Yeah.
So I felt my chair. Dun, 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 dun. I looked. It just stopped. No one was there. Oh shoot! I think it's time for me to go to sleep.
That house was suspicious, man.
Yeah, dang.
Suspicious.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was scary.
Well. We had a little random moment on Facebook where Koo saw the little action figure toy pop up again. So we wanted to make this podcast about random ghost experiences and everything. Any last words from you guys?
No,
just don't wish to see a ghost, because if you keep asking for it, you may just see one.
If you guys have any experiences you guys want to share, leave a comment. Let us know. If you guys have had sleep paralysis, ghost experiences, anything like that. Again, my name is Dala.
My name is Koo.
My name is Kong.
And thanks very much for your time and watching. Peace out.
Take care, y'all.